To what extent do you think there is a growing appetite or a growing understanding of the problem, and maybe you'll be able to do more work like this?
Yes, no, absolutely. This is just the beginning. Unfortunately, as you say, one thing is very clear. We're lagging behind on the SDGs. I think the latest numbers say that to reach the SDGs by 2030, we should actually, governments should increase by 33 billion every year, both donor governments, but also really the governments of developing countries. So there is no question that public spending will not be enough, which is why also IFAD started tapping into financial markets and partnering with impact investors, because that is the only way that actually we can fill this financing gap towards the SDGs. Not to mention, of course, the food crisis that we're facing. The latest numbers say that we're going to increase by more than 40 million the undernourished people only because of the food crisis that comes out of the conflict that is going on. So you're absolutely right. We're all in this together, and especially in the agricultural sector where IFAD is active, which is IFAD's niche and IFAD's only business. These are really the smallholder farmers, the ones that produce more than 50% of the calories of the world. And so this is not something that is contained there. It's, geography doesn't really count anymore. And so I think this is why we need private finance to support this agenda.
The problems and the situations facing smallholder farmers in developing nations are immensely complex, and getting money to them and getting them to be able to use that money effectively is even more complex. How are you going to deploy these funds? What is the nature of the use of these funds, and what are you hoping to achieve in the face of this complexity?
Yes, absolutely. So first of all, one thing is climate change is a reality for smallholder farmers. They are extremely vulnerable to climate change. And the proceeds of this fund will be going into helping them to create resilient infrastructure, helping them to reach seeds, fertilizers. IFAD actually, accompanies from A to Z in the sense that our work stretches from giving them access to markets, creating food chains, making sure that they can actually transform their products and bring them to the markets, make a living out of themselves. And this is really becoming independent, from imports and price increases. This is what IFAD has been doing for 50 years. And this is where our impact is unique.